Hi, I'm Mike Sharpwriter, and today we'll be talking about the top 10 games that I played in 2021. Yep, it's another one of those episodes. So, moving on to next is, well, like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, no, I think that's for you, not for me. Yeah, so please try and do those. It really helps me out. So, let's go on to the actual topic of the thing. Top 10 games I've played in 2021. Now, this has some of a history. Every year since January 2017, I've picked 10 games that I think are best that I've played in the previous year. There are some rules which ones I can pick, but until last year, all of them have been blog posts on my website, which is MikeSharpwriter.com, barring the 2018 video. I usually put these links to these videos to my website as well, so you'll be able to see that as well. So, let me cover the quick rules of what is allowed and what isn't. The first rule is to be eligible for the list. I've played the game between January the 1st and December the 31st of that year. So I can't pick a game that I'd not owned until January the 1st and say it's the best game of 2021 just because it released in that year. I have to wait. I have to play it. Rule 2. If the game is rendered unplayable or unable to be purchased by the time of creating this list, it is excluded. This really applies to online games and certain digital-only games. In the past I've used WiiWare and online games themselves, such as, online-only games are pretty much the main reason why I have this list in, just in case that I know the game has been removed in the short term, shortly after shortly early 2022 in this case. So let's move on to rule number 3. Barring the ability to buy or play, no release date restrictions are in place to prevent older games to make the list. And that's pretty much the only reason why. So that means that old games, half the games out on this list are not 2021 games. Heck, I can even make a case that there's only one game in there that might be 2021. So moving on to the next one. Next rule is Rule 4. Only one game of the series will represent the game series. This is more to prevent me sticking up on Pokemon games, really. And so, but really, I have got Rule 4A, which is to where multiple games in the series or DLC that was played in the year. For a second game in the series to get a second list in, both games need to stand out separately from each other. That's also, I should point out that there's nothing preventing two games sharing a spot if they're in the same series. And finally, this more one for you guys. This list is based on what I've played, not the games released in that year. So you can't say Call of Duty 2021 has been the best game of the year when it's well, I don't think it really is, but this is more. But it's what I've played, not what's actually been played. And remember, almost any game can put that you'll really particularly like can always come in next year, because it's what I've played, not what was released in the last 12 months. So, let's get started with our first game. The number 10, Freedom Wars, and that'll be with a PlayStation Vita. Normally, I find it hard to play put this one on the charts. Back in early December, when I was starting writing this list, it took me some time checking some trophies and save files to work out I haven't even played this game until December in 2021. Due to an announcement that for Japan, servers were going down, so I decided to play for a week before the servers ended. This playtime was over a few days just before the server went down, and lack of service would normally be the cause for removal of this game of the list. Except for that, almost every trophy should be still available, because local wireless and single player game modes are fully available, and well, you still need to, which is the reason why it stays staying. While Freedom Wars is sometimes referred to as a Monster Hunter clone, it does things differently to Monster Hunter and some of its other contemporaries. Not every weapon is big as the player character, and only a few of them are. Unlike most Monster Hunter clones, you won't be just fighting large monsters, you'll be also fighting smaller, human-sized enemies as well. The game even offers a player versus player mode, and also a bot match where the game gives you bots to play against, and which these PvP modes usually lack the large monster type foes. Unlike most monster type games, a full NPC you are assisted by a full NPC who can respond to your commands. You can even preset some commands before you start the mission, so they'll do stuff which will help you out without on demand. There's a capture the citizen mode, which has you rescuing citizens and carry them to an escape pod. I'm nowhere near the end of the story. I'm on chapter about midway through chapter 6 of 10, and I didn't really make any progress in 2021, which is the reason why I almost had to. Why I've got it so low on this list, because I barely played it, but it's a good enough game that I want to keep it on this list, and I almost didn't include it. So moving on to number 9. Number 9 is Velocity 2X, and this one's for PlayStation and PlayStation 4. Well, as the game with the most earned trophies on the PlayStation series consoles, this had to be considered for the list. This is actually an old PlayStation Plus title that was available in 2014 for both the PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation 4. But as a cross-buy title, it was quite possible to get a discount, unlike most of the other PlayStation Vita games, such as the previous Freedom Wars game. While I'm showing the PlayStation 4 version on the screen, I played mostly the PlayStation Vita version. Velocity 2X is a little hard to describe. It's a puzzle vertical shooter run and gun platform. Yeah, I think that's right. That's the best I can do it with as few words as I can put it. But you fly the ship object in a vertical auto-scroller and run around as the pilot in alien ships. The pilot is named Kaitana, or Lieutenant Kaitana to give a title. The idea is to get through the level, get all the collectibles, kill all the enemies, and do that in a set amount of time and not die. Well, ideally that is. You, instead of your usual guns, bombs and usual power-ups, you get also access to a transport option for carrying your ship, and well, while there is a story mode, pretty much a window dressing to explain how your character's got some new upgrade, and well, you can even redo already done missions or early missions with the upgrades from later missions, so you can really go back and forth and get through stuff. NumberEight, yeah, here we go, still there. And for PC with by Steam. Unlike a few others, on this list, I've obtained this one via subscription service. This one being the Humble Bundle, so it's on Steam. Like a few others on this list, it is a short game, but I did complete it. This game deals with themes of loss, depression, and the puzzles are quite tricky, but there's only one or two that really require quick thinking. It plays a space lighthouse keeper, and well, I really don't feel like I can put this in words as well as others can, and I think it's better experienced than explained. So I think that's the best I can do for this one. So, NumberSeven, and it's, as you see, accidentally got to put stuff in this one, so it's subliminal on PC. I played on PC and Steam, and more recently it's been released this year on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Switch, and this is another weird puzzle-like game, and it's another Humble Bundle choice game from the subscription services. So, yeah, like most games where 1 meter cube stays the same size all the time, well, in this game it doesn't. Your perspective on the object in relation to the world is key to solving many of the puzzles here. This game is set up as more of a dream therapy session for some lesser elements. And this is more to explain how the world works and why.
Congratulations on falling
You know,
asleep. Welcome to Somnascope,
where
where
some
progress may
things
be
that you can
monitored
look,
by qualified
you know,
specialists.
just
This
it really is a
orientation
bit
will
like
adapt you
bit
to
of
eyelids, our
weird dream,
interactive, lucid induction
and it's
dream
pretty much
state
the
in
best
which
way
you
to
retain
describe it.
full consciousness and control.
And I really do think you should try it, even if it's not the most best game on the list. So.
Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team. I do not care.
Moving on to NumberSix. So NumberSix is Gran Turismo Sport, and of course it's on the PlayStation 4. Last year I said I was trying to learn to drive without age, and try to make it drive that. I'm trying to learn how to drive the cars better. But why the hell, the green hell that is a nice life? Why am I doing it in the Mini? I don't think I could beat Sabine's van time in Top Gear at the moment. But anyway, like other games that regularly appear on this list, I'm going to basically say this likely is going to be the last time Gran Turismo Sport will appear on this list, because Gran Turismo 7 is due out in March 2022. So that's it. Okay, number 5 is Borderlands 3, which has the biggest thing of. I particularly play the PC Steam version, but you can also buy it on Epic Game Store, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. I do realise that I don't have the PlayStation 5 and Series X or consoles, because I treat them as if they don't have a specific version for them, I don't count them. So really the big question is explosions? So if anyone knows where I got that one from, okay, we'll talk now. My Borderlands 3 issues were never really with the game itself, it's just really the other things about it. But since my brother picked up the game, so did I. This game has a few story issues, mostly around Maya, but the gameplay is quite a bit better than the other 3 games in the series, but that's partly because it's been sat in the oven for quite a bit of time. So yeah, the quick one, this one. So, number 4. And number 4 is a semi-regular, is Destiny 2, which has so far got every appearance so far to date, and I've played it on PlayStation 4 and PC due to cross-save, and now cross-platform playability. So I've managed to play with PC and PlayStation 4 and Xbox players all at the same time. So unlike previous years where I could talk about the big DLC, there has been none this year. This year has been mostly about the seasonal content, which is pretty much going to disappear before the end of February. So the game hardly really coming back for more. Hopefully this is going to continue with with each season, this next year's first lot of seasons. But in the meantime, I'm going to be showing the Xur and the Star Horse in the new game mode. The content is with the only content that I played in 2021, and is already stated to not be going away in 2022. So but everything else I played is going to be stated to be going. But since Star Wars is here, it's going to be staying, and we're showing it off. So this one's a big one. So number 3 is a big one, and it's a three-way tie. Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and Pokemon Go. So that's 3DS, Switch, and mobile in this for each of those for the games. So again, I've always had trouble picking Pokemon series for the slot. This year I've made it a 3-way time. Well, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire was my most played 3DS game in 2021. I only just kind of left the third gym just before Sun and Moon came out. So this year I spent most of the time taking the game towards the end. Brilliant Diamond was actually one half of the new game series of 2021, and I found this one pretty decent. I personally recommend this one if you're going to pick a 2021 game, and especially on this list. So Pokemon, and this really is one based on what released in the year. So yeah. As for the actual longest playtime, I've got to think it's going to go to Pokemon Go. Considering that I played a lot of it when it went out, and some of it when I didn't go out. So, there was a lot of short-term events that happened during 2021, so that got quite a few ways in. Number 2 is coming up. So, number 2 is Legend of Heroes Cold Steel 4. And I played it on the Nintendo Switch, but it's also available on PC, PlayStation 4, and Stadia. And and if you want the best looking versions, I pick the PC version. Now, normally I'd use and include a note near the end saying play the other games in this series, but I'm saying it right now because this game is would act as a summing up of the entire Legends of Heroes or the trails in these games today. And what is the fourth game in the Cold Steel series?
No problemo.
There are lots of references to all 9 Trail series games, and sadly, 2 of the games are just plain missing in action because they're not released in English until late 2022 and 2023. As Cold Steel 3 really did end on the cliffhanger, the prelude of the game of Cold Steel 4 features the heroes from Trails in the Sky and the Crossbell arc, which before you actually get to see any member of Class 7, which is the Cold Steel Heroes. So, and we all pick up the new Class 7, which is our Cold Steel 3 heroes at the time. So, for the first chapter, you play mainly as the new Class 7, which is the characters from Cold Steel 3, with various previously playable characters joining in. And for most of Chapter 1, it's both old Class 7 and new Class 7 looking for Reen and helping him escape. Like Cold Steel 2, Cold Steel 4 uses the same engine as the previous its immediate predecessor, and does reuse many of the assets that were in the older game. However, this time around, and they couldn't use all the assets from previous games because almost all the characters that weren't in Cold Steel 3 or 1 or 2 weren't in the Cold Steel series had to be remade because they were previously made as sprites, and every location that was made for those sprites was significantly different. I mean, there were PlayStation Vita games, not designed as PS4 games. So a lot of new assets had to be recreated for the new returning characters and locations that still had to be made. And like many games that's had English voice actors changed slightly, many of the voice actors from the original Trails in the Sky series reprised their roles from in this game. However, Oliver and Tita, who previously appeared in Cold Steel 3 and other Cold Steel series games, have basically kept their Cold Steel 3 actors because they had more lines in the Cold Steel 3 games than in the Trails in the Sky game. Oh yeah, I mean, Oliver and Tita are the only characters who managed to pop in before the Cold Steel 4. at least that spoke.
Ready to go. Ha! Right. Ha! All taken care of.
So, moving on to our number one game, and if anyone wasn't paying attention to what's on my channel, you would have already noticed that this is actually a statistical line. And of course, I played it on PC, and you can also pick it up on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, 2021 had me start 2 new characters alongside Scarlet, as Tak and Mirzo completed their run. Tak even managed to finish its exclusive episodes, and, well, in the game, the final episodes of the Klingon War finally dropped, which managed to finish the arc that started 3 years ago when I started Scarlet's run. Then in September we started a new arc, which is the new Mirror Universe, which is a new Mirror Universe one, which gets a nice start for a new, and it's a nice start for a new episode for a new arc. But I mean, we get to see return of a certain enemy, and well, I really do say that since I recorded this in 2022, and we've already seen the next episode, I really do recommend playing that as well.
System hack at 25%.
Perhaps my orders weren't clear. Stop the terrorists now!
System hack at 50%. Keep those exocomps working.
Bring me their heads, or you'll all spend your final moments in an agonizer booth. Breaking damage detected.
Almost there. System hack at 75%. Watch your exocomps.
Whoever kills these terrorists gets their own ship to command.
Taking fire over here. Help!
That's it. Security system bypass complete.
Security team, report to operation. Not let anyone inside.
But anyway, this has been Mike Sharpwriter. And before I go, yep, I'm going to say, really do like, comment, and subscribe. It's been Mike Sharpwriter. See you guys next time.